Hey Billy, I just wanted to borrow a moment of your time. I'm seeing things, I'm hearing things, and something feels out of line. There's something in the air that doesn't seem fair. The purpose and responsibility of upholding equality, it's not there. So Billy, let me ask you, where is it? Where is the liberal and the liberal arts education you promised us when we came here? All these books with authors that are old white men with gray hair, all my teachers and staff with black skin are nowhere, and only certain students are spared your undivided attention and care. You don't support them. You look a little confused. Let me clarify what I mean.
Fuck I look like? No, really. Fuck I look like? I look like you got me fucked up is what I look like. You looking at me like I'm not supposed to be standing here next to you. Like we in the same class, but your idea of advance is too advanced and my mind can't match you. You also seem to like judging a book by the color of its author, because apparently Maya Angelou is inferior due to her grammatical errors. But white man Mark Twain can write a whole novel with nothing but grammatical errors, and that shit is a literary masterpiece.
Billy, why in all your liberalness are your black students invisible? Can you try not to alienate? Why don't you say no to the students, white students, who think that it's okay to refer to each other as niggers, or to go on allowing those same white students to refer to black students as niggers? Is it too much trouble to educate?
They say I'm not the average black girl because I'm so well spoken, poised, etiquette, a white man's token. They say I'm not the average black girl. No, not the average black girl, because the pigment of my skin is just a shade lighter than that black girl over there. You know, the black girls over there. The black girls with the nappy hair, the black girls whose elbows can't skip a day without lotion, whose hearts and heads are filled with self-hate and bottled up emotion, the brown girls who have to face society and always be tough because no matter how good they straighten their hair, their good is still not good enough.
Why is it that when a student comes to you with an issue in their education and a promise is made to help fix it, and the steps are never taken to ensure that the student is taken care of? Is it too much trouble to cooperate?
I think it's my vernacular. How I got half the consonants and twice the apostrophes, so my philosophy can't be valid. Like I speak slave and you speak slave master. This isn't a plantation, it's a classroom. White people think they run shit because they got money to buy a thesaurus. You say gargantuan, I say big as shit. It's still big as shit, really don't matter. I guess AP stands for asshole pretentiousness.
Why is it that when the minority of this campus is offended by majority behavior, nothing is done to change the behavior? But when the majority is offended, the minority is asked to change. Don't you see how you suffocate? Why do you think that because my culture is different from yours, it is any less than yours in aspects like intelligence or social class? Why is your solution to assimilate?
I know that I had to borrow your language because mine was stolen, but you can't expect me to speak your history wholly while mine is broken. These words are spoken by someone who is fed up with the Eurocentric ideals of this season, and the reason I speak a composite version of your language is because mine was raped away along with my history. I speak broken English so that the perfusing gashes can remind us that our current state is not a mystery. I am so tired.
Billy, don't all students have the right to an academic atmosphere where the faculty and staff are setting them up for success? Because right now, you're starting to infuriate.
God forbid I excel. A 4.0 means I'm 4 shades lighter because apparently intelligence is a white trait. At least that's what I've gathered.
Why do you insist on covering the truth? Don't you know you'll only perpetuate this mess that we're in, accelerate the level of ignorance within our fragile state? You need to stop before it's completely contaminated with hate. Billy, can I ask you a question? Don't you know that slavery is over? Your actions imply that you have some left over from the cotton fields to Jim Crow to your 4-year guarantee that my black body will never feel free on your campus.
Black privilege is the hung elephant swinging in the room. It's the memory of a slave ship praying that Alzheimer's kick in. It's me carrying a mouthful of other people's skeletons and using them at my own convenience. Black privilege is the concrete that holds my breath together better than my lungs do. Black privilege is always having to be the strong one. Black privilege is me being so unique, not even God looks like me. Black privilege is still being the first person in line to meet him. Black privilege is a myth is a joke, is a punchline. It's the time when a teacher asked a little boy what did he want to be when he grew up, and he said alive. And the way she laughed, and she said, there's no college for that. It's tiring, you know. For everything about my skin to be a metaphor. For everything about black to be pun intended. To be death intended.
My last question, and then I'm done, is what are you going to do to affect change in the long run? Not hold a meeting or send an email or your little orientation that always fails. But education and understanding and learning the history so that we're all standing in the knowledge of what was and what used to be in order to create a new culture that actually stands for liberty.
I will never equate stupidity with my melanin, nor will I ever sacrifice my skin for the white man's standards. So never ask that I speak for anyone but me, represent anything but for what I stand for, or fight for what I believe in. And if anyone ever expect me to be anything but myself, they got me fucked up.